We now return to Mega March.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Mega March. I am Coleman X, and I am joined with...
Twitch from Reploid REVO.
Hey, how's it going, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing good, and I'm gonna be doing even better after we do this episode, because this one definitely doesn't blow or suck, because it's Airman.
You're not just blowing hot air, are you?
What a blowhard.
Eh.
But I have a lot to say about these two designs.
I hope that you do. I've got some things to say which I don't think are things people would normally expect me to say about them, so I'm curious to hear what you've got to say. You go ahead, you go first. Who are we going to start with?
Alright, well, for those just joining in this episode for some reason, we are going to be comparing the designs between Captain N and Ruby Spears Mega Man. So this one's one I've been waiting for, just because of how drastic these designs are.
Yeah, there's a big difference between each of them, but I don't know. What I find interesting about them is that like I like them both.
Yes. Yeah, me too.
Weirdly, which is funny because normally we go into these just being like, we hate the Captain N one. But this is one of those cases where actually I don't think it's half bad.
Yeah. Well, let's just start there. First of all, I never noticed until like right before we started that his head is an airplane. Or, it's like airplane motif.
Yeah, it's got like
it's got the wings and stuff.
Yeah, he's got like the little like tail fins to like help guide him or whatever. Just in case just in case he happens to need that sort of air control, of course.
Well, it helps him play football.
Oh yeah, of course, exactly. See, that's why when Dr. Wily created all of those robots specifically designed for combat, what he actually meant was gridiron. So,
but
I don't know.
This design it's fun. Like it's got an air buster. It's got two air busters, so he can't he can't pick up a fork or anything. But like the color scheme's all wrong. But like I can definitely see where the design is coming from. Like it even puts something in the middle. Like it's not a fan, but it's like a wind shape, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a thing. It's like a Celtic rune of some kind.
There we go.
I don't know.
It's a wind rune. There we go.
Yeah, something like that. I don't really understand.
But
yeah, whatever.
I mean, it's a cool design. Like I like the shift in color for once. Like it makes perfect sense. He's the color of air.
Yeah, it's actually not all that bad. He kind of looks like an airplane, which I think is cool. They got the thing down with his head, which, I mean, first of all, let me just get this out of the way. It is not game accurate by any stretch.
No.
But it's not a terrible design. It actually looks like a robot.
Yeah. I just realized that his busters are like turbines. Okay.
Yeah, he's got like jet engines for arms, which is kind of
cool.
Actually really cool. So he doesn't have the fan in his chest, which I think is interesting because it's like, you would think of all the things to exclude. Like, why wouldn't you give him the fan in his chest? That just kind of seems like the main selling point to him. But instead, they were like, nah, we're going to actually go in another direction and give him, like, make him airplane themed and give him, like, plane turbines, like plane jet engines for arms. And I'm like, you know what? That's actually really cool. I'm surprised there isn't, like, an actual Mega Man boss that doesn't have like jet engines for arms, because that totally makes sense. Yeah. So the only complaint I really have about this design is there's not a lot going on with the chest. I mean, they tried. There's like a windy swoosh thing going on. But I'm kind of wishing that there was like something, like a vent or some, I don't know, just something like a gem, a light. Some sort of something.
Like, take the gem that's on regular Airman's forehead and put it in the middle of the chest or something.
Or just make the triangle light up or something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
just something to break up the middle, because it's just kind of like... It's I don't know. It's a little boring in my opinion. But otherwise, he's not bad. He looks like an airplane. He looks like a robot, for starters. And they got the whole thing with his head down, where it's kind of like, yeah, he doesn't actually have a head; it's just kind of built into his like torso. Like, that's kind of cool. I like that. I think that's neat. They did a pretty decent job. So I actually, it's funny because when the designs are good, I don't have like a whole lot to say about them.
I know, yeah, I
they're
noticed
just
that, yeah.
good designs. Like, it's kind of like, well, it's not game accurate, but I can see where you went with it. You know, and the reason why I think we have more to say when they're bad is because when they're bad, they tend to not look like robots. They tend to be so incoherent. There's more to say that's wrong with them than there is anything else. Like, you're never going to see a design where it's like, this is good, but I have no idea what they were doing. Like, you know what I mean? I think Metal Man is the closest we've come to that, maybe, where we're like,
Yeah.
I kind of like this, but it doesn't really look like Metal Man.
Yeah, like, I see what you're doing, but...
Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't know. I like Airman. He looks good. The color scheme is actually pretty nice. And I want to point out, I believe this color scheme harkens, or I guess it's the other way around, not harkens back, but foreshadows, I would say, the design they used in Fully Charged, where Airman, I think, is like a white color. And they gave him like turbines in his shoulders instead. He looks more like Windman than Airman, but that's besides the point.
Oh, I'm Fully Charged?
But yeah.
Or, okay.
I think it's, you know, it's alright, you know, it's not that bad. I mean, there's Heat Man down there in the bottom. He's a discussion for another day.
Yeah, just a little bit of Woodman, you know.
Oh yeah, that is Woodman, huh? I just noticed that's his shield.
Trying.
I thought that was like a mountainside they were running by.
No, and you know, we're learning today that one of Maple's favorite Robot Masters is Airman, because she's making a little cameo. I'm sure you can hear her. But you know, I mean, we'll just keep going because this is it's a fun design, and for Captain N standards, it's like S tier. You know, it's really cool. It's something that I would want an action figure of.
Yeah, I'm actually way down for this character. I would love to actually see like a real. This one, I think, is the closest to a real Mega Man design.
Yes,
and I think they accidentally stumbled on it. I feel like they accidentally stumbled on it only because jet engines happen to already look like Mega Man characters. Like their gauntlets. I think they just happen to coincidentally do the right thing. But either way, this is a design that I would actually like to see in like a Mega Man game. Like, I don't know, what the heck would he be called if not Airman?
Turbine Man.
Like, yeah, like, maybe like Turbine Man or like Thrust Man or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, because the Bubble Man design, you know, is just Aquaman, you know, so some of these Captain N designs can work in the actual games, and this one I could totally see working. I would love this guy. I think he's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Flight Man.
Flight Man. It'd be interesting to see how he flies, because he's so bulky. He just points his arms down.
He levitates with psychic powers. The design motif has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. That's strangely not a whole lot to say. What I do have a lot to say about, or maybe not as much, but I do have a little bit more to say, is about Airman and Ruby Spears. Because, holy crap, he's the stuff of nightmares.
He is a scary boy.
He is a very scary robot master. So, first things first, his color scheme actually matches the game's exactly. But more than that, his arms and legs are also accurate. He's got, like, full yellow arms, full yellow feet. Which normally Ruby Spears likes to, like, you know... I don't know, they kind of, like to mix and match that. Sometimes you'll get, like, red boots with, like, you know, white shoes or whatever the case may be. I don't know.
Yeah, but this one, like, it's segmented, but it's still all one color. And,
yeah.
You know, it works just fine.
And I noticed that they upgraded his fan by giving it an extra blade.
Well, yeah, he's extra hardcore. Look at that face.
Yeah, so I'm trying to stay away from the face because, oh my god.
Okay, well, before we get there, one thing I noticed that I never cared to see before was his shoulders have marks on them, and it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
blush marks that regular Airman has.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're
That's-
like there's
that's so
little
cool.
vents on his face, and
It's the
then
blush marks.
yeah, and then basically, well, yeah, I guess they're blush marks.
I mean, that's you know what I'm talking
I
about.
know what you mean. He's always bashful. But yeah, so it's cool that they actually looked at that detail and were like, oh, we'll work it into the design because it's kind of neat. The thing that bothers me though about Ruby Spears Mega Man is his face. Not Ruby Spears
That
Mega
he
Man,
has
Ruby
one?
Spears Airman. Number one is that he has a face, and it's horrifying. And like it's just scary. It looks like a villain from like He-Man that they like, you know, it's like they popped the head off of an action figure and like plopped it onto this design. Because it's not like his face is like all. It's not like it's an all blue helmet with just like a little like vent for a mouth that could have lit up like Iceman's, which would have made sense, you know. And like you could just make the eyes like angry or something. No, it's a dude with like high cheekbones and like regular ass tan skin, but he has like a gigantic mouth and like blood red eyes with black eyeshadow all around it. Like, what is going on?
Well, to be fair, the art for Airman has the red eyes, and that's something that I never put together until today.
I never noticed that either. Now that you mention it, but
Yeah.
still, come on.
But I mean, still, like, there's one. It's like cute and kind of menacing to nightmare fuel.
You know what? It kind of worked with Metal Man because you don't see his face. But if you were to take off Metal Man's mask, and I were to see like that scary ass mouth and like high cheekbones and what I would be like, no, put the mask back on. Go ahead, Metal Man. It's okay. It's fine. Just don't. Let's just keep this on.
Yeah. You be a cowboy somewhere else. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, I think it's just that Airman is so huge and like and imposing.
Yeah.
And then they give him this scary, like, I don't know how else to describe it. He looks like a He-Man villain.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for his head to like spin around at any moment and then come back and has like a different expression. You know, like I know that was a gimmick for a lot of cartoons in the 80s, like a character who like their head spins around, whoa, wacky, and then like when it faces forward, it's got like a different expression. Or,
Yeah.
like, it's a different color. Like that's what I'm expecting to happen on this guy any minute now.
Well, I mean, this guy was in, I think, one episode, and at least they gave him a good one. Like, I remember that episode being cool. That was when him and Iceman were arguing and trying to freeze the city. So, like, at least they got to show him off, because I've always liked this design a lot, just because it's, it's like, oh, this is a boss that I can take seriously, because he looks like he'd mess you up, even though he just blows on you, like,
Yeah, he's the kind of like I guess maybe that was them overcompensating for the fact that he's basically just a gigantic fan.
Yeah, someone's like, "Yo, Jim, make this cool."
Yeah,
He's like,
exactly. All right, here we go. We'll go
hold my E-tank.
We'll go stick a monster face on him. Yeah, that'll do it. Kids love monsters.
That'll do it.
Yeah, but I do like, however, that they made him very big and imposing, which is what I feel the original Airman is supposed to be. He's got like a very large torso, and so it's almost like the rest of the robot parts are just stuck onto the torso.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm okay with that. They definitely captured his large and menacing nature. But again, it's just that face. I really wish the face would change, and I would actually think this is one of my favorite Ruby Spears designs. But yeah.
I'm okay with the face, but this was another case of being familiar with the cartoon before the games. And, like, this was Airman to me first. I'm like, oh, it looks scary. And then this was like, this is cool.
This is an Airman you really can't beat.
This is Airman's, like, bigger brother.
Yeah.
That like, he's always like, well, my brother was here. You know?
I can't beat...
Oh, yeah, the Airman you can't beat.
I can't beat Airman. He beats you. Like that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
What is this? You know what? He kind of looks like Darth Vader now that I'm looking at the helmet.
Yeah.
It's got like this weird.
Down.
Yeah, maybe that's why I think because Darth Vader is meant to have like a kind of scary looking helmet. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
I really like how his his boots are done with all the extra details, like the triangle in the front and like the raised knees and stuff. I think it looks really neat.
Yeah, it's a good, like I said, it's a pretty good design. You know what?
Mhm.
He looks like he should be fighting Mega Man X.
Yeah.
That's what it is. His design puts him closer to like the Mega Man X cast than, you know, like if you took this design like as it is and slapped this in a Mega Man X game, I'd be like that's a Mega Man X character right there.
It's Steel Massimo before he found his calling.
Exactly. Like he just looks like he'd fit in the X universe, like cut and paste, like exactly like that. Even with the face and stuff, because when I see that kind of face, it makes me think of like, you know, some of the faces on, you know, it kind of reminds me of Mac a little bit.
I was just about to say he's like a better Mac.
Yeah, and it's funny to say because like nothing reminds me of Mac.
God, we talk about Mac more than anyone in the history.
I'm pretty sure if you were to add up all the times that we've talked about Mac, it's the most anyone has talked about Mac in human existence. So, yeah, I don't know. That's how he is.
Well, if we have one thing going for us, that's it.
Yeah, we should make an episode dedicated to Mac.
That'd just be a series of question marks.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what we would say or what it'd be about, but I feel like we should really explore him as best we can and be like, is this really all there is? You know, like actually give him his fair shot at like being an interesting character. And like if we come up with nothing, then we come up with nothing. I think that's fair. Give him his fair shake.
I remember being so confused at the beginning of X3 because I never beat X2. I was like, oh, maybe he's there.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, he's not.
There's all these like peripheral Maverick hunters that we keep hearing about, but we never see. And it's like, just once, I would love it if a game could like introduce a Maverick hunter in like a cutscene and have them do something.
Mm-hmm.
And then we, you know, like let's see, we have Mac who has lines and no one cares about him because you kill him in the end of the first mission. We got Green Biker Dude who was just so awesome. Everyone's like, who the hell is that? How did he get there? You know, so like, people are interested in him because of just how reckless and amazing he is. And then the next one that comes to mind is in Mega Man X5. There's those Maverick Hunters. There's like a girl one who's like white and silver, and there's like a boy one who has like a shield and stuff. And it's like 3 random Maverick Hunters, and I'm like, those guys are cool because they look really cool. And even though there's no story behind them, I want to know who they are. But Mac is interesting because he's the only one of those examples who actually says anything, and I care the least about him.
And he has a name!
No one else has a name, and yet for some reason, it's crazy how that happens.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just because Mac is ugly.
Yeah.
Like, his design is like whatever. I don't know.
And he's named after food.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm waiting for X9 to introduce And Cheese, his long-lost brother.
No, well, Green Biker Dude's name is Fleetwood.
Fleetwood, you're right. I forgot about that.
So we got Fleetwood and Mac, the power couple.
Yeah, exactly. The power couple who both
then
die.
After Fleetwood died, he just was like, "Oh, I'm a member of Doppler's army now."
Yeah, exactly. He was hoping to avenge him, I guess, or something like that. Kind of a weird way to do it.
He just went crazy. But
he thought he could take on X and Zero. You know, crazy.
Well, you know, Mac could never be Airman or beat Airman, so
it's true.
You know, like that. Let's just, I don't know. Final thoughts on both of these.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We kind of got carried away by the winds when we're talking about these peripheral characters. Airman.
Ramblin' Reploids.
We are the Ramblin' Reploids. Don't ever forget the name of the series. Final thoughts on Airman. I think the actual design for Captain N is not bad. I think it's good. I like it. Ruby Spears' Mega Man version of Airman is good, but his face is scary, and I kind of wish that he was like teaming up with like Spark Mandrill or something. Like he would have fit in perfectly for like the Mega X episode.
That's Vile Mark 3.
Yeah, it is. It's Vile Mark 3 right there. I don't know. That's all I really got to say. Like they both of these designs are great. I can see that Ruby Spears definitely interpreted Airman more accurately, but made him a little bit too menacing for my tastes.
Yeah.
And I think Captain N did a good job of, once again, just making stuff up however they wanted, but I think they accidentally made a really good robot design.
Yeah, they stumbled into a gold mine.
Sometimes it just happens.
But, yeah, I guess that's it for Airman. I mean, just, look for yourself. Which design do you at home think is the best one?
Yeah, which Airman design do you like? Why do you like it? And how hard of a time did you have fighting Airman? I know there's going to be at least one guy who's like, I had no troubles fighting Airman. I don't know what all the fuss is about. Yeah, okay, buddy.
I went in with the leaf shield.
I can beat him Buster only on my first try.
I can beat him without even turning the game on.
I don't need the validation of the get weapon screen. I already know that I can beat him. Alright, I don't think insulting our audience is a good business practice. So how about we end?
we don't have uncool people in our audience.
Oh, that's true.
That's
there's no
the
such
thing.
thing as uncool people. You're all either, super cool or really hot.
Yeah.
So,
sometimes both.
Sometimes both. We're the ones who are blowing hot air, so.
Yep. We better get out of here before we insert air pun here.
Yeah, air pun here. Something. All right. Good night, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.